Good evening, welcome to ITV News. This is Thursday night's calendar.
Here are tonight's main stories. Good evening. First tonight, GPs have told Calendar about the verbal abuse and threats that they're facing with increasing regularity at the hands of angry patients.
A recent survey found that 1 in 3 doctors have been on the wrong end of abusive behaviour. But in a separate poll, almost a third of patients said that they were struggling even to get through to their GP on the telephone.
Well, with winter around the corner and GPs face the added pressure of giving out COVID booster jabs, there's concern that problems will only escalate further. Adam Fowler has spent the day at one surgery in Sheffield, where about 70% of appointments are carried out online.
Well, lots of you have been talking about this over on our Facebook page. Here's just a few of the comments. Julie Gilbury says, it's not the GPs that get the abuse, it's the receptionists. They're only doing what they are told to do.
Gareth Brownsmith commented, GPs have been hiding behind phones for far too long. I've given up trying to get an appointment.
Lisa Hardy has got in touch on the Facebook page as well. They are following government advice and continue to limit appointments. Maybe government advice needs to be updated.
Maybe. And Rebecca said paramedics, nurses, dentists, carers, pharmacists have all done face-to-face work throughout COVID. There is no excuse for GPs, and there is still time to join the conversation on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/calendar.
So those are the views, but earlier I caught up with Dr Krishna Kasaranari from the British Medical Association and a member of Sheffield's GP committee, and I started by asking him if he could understand why some patients were getting frustrated.
OK, next tonight, flat owners from our region joined hundreds of others in London today to protest about the plight of people living in buildings with fire safety issues. The ITV Evening News continues at 6:30. Here's a look at what's happening with Chris Shipp.
Will do, Chris. Thanks very much indeed, but stay with us here because still to come.
Today is the last day for care home staff in the region to get their first COVID-19 vaccine or face losing their jobs.
Well, next this evening, campaigners in Lincoln are calling for a 150-year-old pub to be reopened after it fell victim to the pandemic.
The West End tap near the city centre shut down in November, and its owners have now submitted plans to turn the building into flats. They say it's no longer financially viable, but residents believe it deserves another chance, as Jonathan Brown reports. Such a shame, so many much-loved premises, and really hope they get that back up and running. Now, we might still be clinging on to what's left of summer, but would you believe it? The countdown to Christmas has already begun at a national trade fair bringing together businesses from across the country. I love Christmas.
September, man. This year, the big question for many of those setting out their stalls at the big Christmas press show is whether there'll be enough festive stock to meet demand. It comes as a committee of MPs launches an inquiry into the impact of Brexit on supplies. Ravneet Nandra has the story. So you should be, never mind.
And are you a planner or are you a panic buyer?
What do you think? What I was most concerned about in that story was the fact that they were boiling that furry animal at the end. No furry animals apparently were hurt in the making of that report, but they seemed to be boiling it in the pot.
They did seem to be boiling it.
What was that pink thing with the foil on?
I'm not sure,
We're not
actually.
sure about that. Should we move on swiftly?
We'll move on swiftly, just want to talk about Christmas. So time for some sport now, and there was plenty of drama in last night's 1-1 draw between Barnsley and Stoke.
Bags. Now, next, the word hero is bandied around a lot, but one man who truly justifies the accolade is, of course, Doncaster's Ben Parkinson.
Oh yeah, it's now 15 years since the landmine explosion, which left Ben paralysed and with brain damage, but that's never stopped him from making the most of all that life has to offer.
For his latest challenge, Ben returned to the Welsh mountain that used to be a regular base for training drills when he was a young soldier. Martin Fisher was there too. Not sure Ben's all that ready, but his great sense of humour is still in there, and you can find out how Ben got on today on tomorrow night's calendar at 6 o'clock. But Mr Mitchell is with us now.
Yes, we're only about a week.
Every holiday in one here
today. It's the middle of September.
It's only about...
Stop on your weather now. Right.
Well, finally, anyone who knows me knows I'm going to love this next story. Lockdown saw a big rise in demand for dogs as people who were isolated at home looked for companionship, and they are the best.
It's the dogs again, but as businesses started to open up, it meant again that more people seeking out shops that are dog-friendly. James Webbs has been to find out more. You take your 3 to the shops?
Our dogs are all very naughty. One of them has excitable wee issues. The other one barks, and the other one's extremely lively and leaps up on everyone. Apart from that,
how does that not surprise me? Anyway, here's John with the weather.
Well, that's it from us. I'm Bear with I'll be up next at 10:30 with your late news.
Don't worry about it. We'll edit that bit out and it'll be fine.
But it's live. Should we just throw to Chris Ship with the news?
We should. Good night, everyone.
Bye for now.